I know it's probably not the best thing to do this while driving, but I had to do it before I really kind of forgot where I was going to go with this. So I stopped at a gas station out here that has a little coffee store. Stopped in, got coffee on my way to work at normal people hours. And as I'm leaving, I held the door open for an older gentleman who left at the same time. And he looked at me and he goes, "You know, I have to tell you, I absolutely love your hair." I hear that quite a bit. I don't see the appeal in it, never have, and possibly never will. But he looked at me and he said, "You know, it's a very recessive gene. You know, does any of the rest of your family have it?" I said, "Well, my, mom's a redhead, my daughter's a redhead." And he goes, "Oh, well, that was probably a bit of a shock that your daughter had red hair." I said, "Well, mine's very strong, and somewhere along the line, way, way, way back in the line, somebody in her father's family had to have red hair." So we talked a little bit more about how recessive it was and everything like that. And as we turned to leave, and I, politely said goodbye, it was nice to talk to him. And he looks at me and he goes, "So, I don't want this to sound weird, and I'm not trying to hit on you because I've been happily married for years." He said, "But you have to be one of the most beautiful women I've seen in a very, very, very long time." And I thanked him. And we said our goodbyes and, turned around and walked away. And as I sat in the car thinking about it after that, A, talk about a boost in self-esteem. B, it made me think, how many times do people see that and I don't? But more, why don't I? Why don't I see that within myself? I mean, and I can pinpoint exact reasons, but the point is why do I drag myself down with stuff that's happened to me in the past that I can't change, instead of pushing forward and basking in the fact that I have one, if not the most rare combination of hair and eyes on the face of the planet. Only 2% of the world's population has red hair. And yes, I have read it and I've done my homework. 1% of that 2% have blue eyes. My daughter is upset because she's not a unicorn. But, she still loves the fact that she's, very rare. And I don't know, it just makes me think, what is so wrong with today's society that we allow kids, and I don't know if we necessarily teach them that bullying at a young age is okay. All through high school, all through middle school, I was bullied, and that's where my esteem comes into play. And it was a lot of, I wasn't the skinny kid. So, yeah, that had part to do with it, and the other part to do with it was my hair. I was different. And I don't want to have my daughter go through the same damn thing as I did. Because that's not something that I want her to have to deal with. However, I know how to deal with it if it happens. But I think I lost my own point here. But I had to share that with you all because it made me think, why do I hold myself back from things that I know other people see. And it's not going to be everybody will see that the way he saw it, or the way, Kevin sees it, or the way my mom sees it, or my dad sees it, or my best friend see it. It's not going to be the same way as any of that. But why don't I see it? I'm the one who looks in the mirror at myself every day, but I still don't see it the way he does. And that's sad. And that's, to me, a reflection on what words were spoken to me and how they were spoken to me before I hit 18. And, that sucks to have to go through that and do that. However, it's a growing process and it's a learning process. And it just kind of opens your eyes to the fact that, no, you're not as ugly as the kids in high school told you you were. You're not as fat as the kids in high school told you you were. You're not as disfigured or different as they told you you were. You're not this abomination. To be honest with you, I don't even know what names they call me behind my back, and nor do I really want to. But, and they know it's affected me my entire life. But it's not okay. Because now, I can't listen to what that gentleman said and not deflect. Deflect it on someone else, on something else. I can't take it and just appreciate it and say thank you. And that's not okay. So from one person who was bullied relentlessly for years to anybody else who is being bullied, you are beautiful and you are worth it. And people are going to tell you otherwise. And people are going to try and make you feel otherwise. I can say don't let them, but it's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. So with any of you dealing with that, bullying, depression, whatever the hell it is, I'm not going to tell you it's going to get better, because that's not what you want to hear. But what I will tell you is I'm here if you need me. We need to be a platform. We need to stand up and be a platform. So that way this generation doesn't have to be bullied in high school and still feel the effects of it 15, 20 years later at 33. So let's stop it now. I'm always here if anybody needs me, and everybody I know knows that. And now you all know that. You reach out, you let me know. But from one simple compliment this morning, it makes you really try and think about what you say and how you say it and what's affected you in your life. So be aware and be present on how you talk to people. And compliment everywhere you go. The littlest compliment can have the biggest effect. You all have a good Friday morning. And enjoy what looks to be a beautiful day.